To the north of Launceston City, the Kanamaluka Tamar estuary meanders through the productive Tamar Valley. The rolling hills of the valley are home to rich agricultural land and offers a range of recreational opportunities along the estuary shore, enjoyed by locals and tourists alike.
Today we're on the Supply River track, which is down near Paper Beach on the West Tamar. Our Landcare group's been working here for about 3 years. We're one of a succession of many groups that have worked in this area to just keep it maintained and looked after as a volunteer effort. Well, the Tamar estuary is a really important ecological area, in particular the threatened communities of vegetation and the bird life that's here. Being such a large estuary, a large watercourse so close to agriculture and travelling so far inland, it really moderates the climate. So it means that we can grow high quality products like wine and small crops in a unique climatic environment, which means that we've got a commercial edge in terms of production of products.
The estuary plays a diverse and complex role in supporting the area's biodiversity. The foreshore and intertidal zone are important to the well-being of people and threatened vegetation communities alike.
Today we are standing at Swan Point, and it's a very important area for birds as well as a small saltmarsh community. There's also a small community of Limonium australe, which is sea lavender, which is a relatively rare saltmarsh plant type. Saltmarshes are a type of wetland habitat that are uniquely adapted to deal with changes in salinity as well as water level. So they are comprised of different types of vegetation. Lower in the saltmarsh you'll have more succulent types of species like beaded glasswort, and then higher up the saltmarsh you tend to get more grasses, sedges, rushes, that then transition into melaleuca swamp forest. They are uniquely diverse habitats in Tasmania, supporting a wealth of fauna and flora species. The saltmarshes are really the foundation of the habitat, providing food and shelter and a breeding area for many different species. Saltmarshes actually capture more carbon than equivalent area of forest. So their sequestration potential, as far as carbon goes, is of great value. Another critical element of saltmarshes is their contribution to the nutrient cycle. And so a lot of nutrients and detritus that are washed into saltmarshes are processed by the numerous invertebrates and other higher organisms. The saltmarsh communities in Tasmania are significant because they're a threatened vegetation community that was recognised in 2013 because of gradual reductions in their area. And in Tasmania we're uniquely blessed on the northern and eastern coastlines with large areas of saltmarsh. Here at Swan Point there are a couple of examples of human impacts. This old track that used to come through the top end of the saltmarsh, the area has been cordoned off now. Sometimes we find quite a bit of litter, often it's plastic that's washed up, that sort of breaks down over time and then finds its way into the food web. Saltmarsh communities are sensitive to water quality. There's a lot of runoff from the land and from settlements bordering the rivers that all lead into the estuary, and so that all has a cumulative effect on water quality.
Landcare Tasmania has a network of around 300 Landcare groups. Some Landcare groups have Facebook pages and you can chase them that way too.
People should be mindful of trampling in the saltmarsh and stick to the designated paths. Where we should all be thinking about how we discard of our waste and do that responsibly, because it can find its way into these natural communities.
The Kanamaluka Tamar estuary supports complex ecosystems and communities, including our own. From the catchment to the coast, we can all play our part and work together for healthy waterways.